Hello. We're here again. Now that I've checked the sound, I just wanted to check it with the headphones, make sure it was good. And I've had the new haircut, and I've lost weight, and I'm still losing weight. Looking better every day in every way. Gonna continue, because I know how. Do you? Do you know how? Well, anyway, it's nice to be back. And I want to tease, to start off with, I want to tease the Proud Boys. Y'all about burnt your asses up in Washington, didn't you, with that little flag incident or whatever it was you set on fire. You need to learn to play with fire if you're going to play with it. My God. That was a gaudy show. Ooh. Now you need first of all, you're all off base anyway. Let me tell you something that you don't understand. Your Christian identity teaching is a pile of garbage. It's bullshit. You know what it carries over from? It started off with the Mayflower Compact, where they dedicated this country to the furtherance of the Christian faith, and all others be damned. Yeah, that's about the way it started. Yeah, the Christian faith on these Native American Indians. I mean, what in the hell do you think you're doing? Oh, go forth into all the world and preach the gospel to every living creature. Really? Really? Well, you didn't do that. You give them smallpox blankets, and they fed you and kept you alive the first year you were here, and you paid them back with evil for good. Yeah, you really put that Christian faith out there, didn't you? Now, the Mayflower Compact was based on Christian identity thinking. There is an old teaching that was dug up out of the gutter that teaches that because the Jew turned down Christ as his Savior, that God Jehovah, which really ain't no God, he's a fucking imposter, gave the blessings of Israel over to America because the Jew rejected him. Well, there's no such promise as that. They just assumed that God just flipped it over to the new America as the promised land to receive the blessings that were supposed to go to Israel. You can't even put that in a blender and make it taste good. That don't work. But you did it. All your little Christian identity groups out there in Idaho and Montana, they're crocks of shit spread out for everybody to come devour, and after they do, then they're full of hate toward every other race on earth. That's what happens with that kind of preaching. So, if millions get killed here shortly, thousands, millions, whatever, they're partially responsible for that, for preaching all that hate toward other people. That's what you've done. Now listen, I want to make it real good and clear to you. I spend a lot of my time in the fourth dimension. That's in the mental, spiritual, and soul part of this universe. I ain't got time to hate your guts. I don't. And I don't hate your guts. I feel sorry for you that's all you can see is hate for other people. I'm not going to waste my time hating you, because you know what hate does? Oh, have I got a surprise for you. You didn't know? Hate attracts demons. Well, I prefer to call them evil entity beings. That's what I do call them, because that's what they are. They are negative energy, and they feed on negative energies. Now, anger, resentment, hurt feelings, feeling sorry for yourself, thinking of suicide, all those are negative feelings. Hating other people, hating other religions, hating all these things draws negativity to you like a moth to a street lamp. Is that what you want? Huh? Think about that. You want all these evil spirits jumping around in your lap, and every time you open your mouth they leap down your throat and inhabit you? Is that what you want? Come on. You're more intelligent than that. Now you're claiming that God has given you the right to rule America. Really? Okay, well, if he has, then how does he intend you to rule over America? Explain that one to me. We have the United States government incorporated, and I emphasize incorporated because it is an incorporated entity. It has to be to function on the world scene. All nations have to be incorporated to do business with each other. All right? Now, with that in mind, how do you think that you're going to control America? The oligarchy has already upstaged you. You're just one of their puppets. Well, I know you can. Now, I'll give you one little slice of credit. You don't like Antifa. Well, they're controlled too. Everything is controlled, whether you realize it or not. Let me ask you this. Do you think for 1 second that under the emergency powers doctrine, which we're under right now with Trump's emergency declaration, do you not think that if he gives the orders to, that they can just run right down here to wherever you are and slap your ass in a FEMA camp right away if they want to do it, and explain it later and argue about it in court later? Meanwhile, you're fucked. You're sitting in a FEMA camp because of your ideas. They can do that with Antifa. They can do that with the Proud Boys. They can do that with any of you, any of the groups. And if you've assigned ranks in your groups, oh, you're even more of a target, because then you come under the racketeering laws. That puts you right in that. And they can do a lot with you if they get you in that. So you go ahead and assign all those little ranks to your organization. You're better off without assigning any ranks, but you do what you want to. You have fun with it. Because the day is coming. I call it roundup time myself. It's kind of like I know that's a cowboy term, okay, but you can borrow it just for this little video. So, if you want to play those kind of games, then expect what comes with it. First, the getting arrested in the riot on a city street, getting fingerprinted, and every other way they can put your name on the list. And then, when the motion is made to go after certain groups, they're coming after all of you. And yet, no. you're not going to fight them. They're going to send FinCEN in for one group. FinCEN will kick your door in at 3 a.m., come in and lay everybody on the damn floor and search your house from one end to the other and take what's valuable they find because you have violated federal law and you forfeit everything that you got. You want that? Because they can do it and you can't stop them. You say, well, that's illegal. Well, that's beside the point, ain't it? Because you'll have to stand there in jail and figure out how you're going to prove that. Because they don't care. Look what they're doing with the little children down on the border. Are you kidding me? These little children, they can't even defend themselves. Well, they're getting started with them for the practice because they're easy targets. They can't defend themselves. But they're coming for you too, little buddy. They're coming for you too. They will have your ass. They don't want you uncontrolled running through the streets. Now, Antifa's got better sense than that. Some of the Antifa will come out there and confront you, but they don't go out there looking to do the kind of crap y'all really want to do. But another thing too, y'all are you're fiddle farting around out there in the street. You're going to get arrested. That'll put you either in the system where you can be monitored, or it will put you in a FEMA camp and you're not coming out. I've studied this stuff. I know what's up with the FEMA camps. Their detention, their re-education for some, and their death camps for others. The ones of you like the ones they know that cannot be rehabilitated. You're going for the no. It ain't gonna be an electric chair. It ain't gonna be no long drawn out sentence. They're either gonna work you to death underground in the coal mines for the rest of your life, or they're just gonna shoot your ass. And have you seen those big fiberglass caskets that they have? They hold 3 people. One person stacked on top of another and a lid put on it and it locked shut. That's the way they transport. They're black or charcoal gray caskets. They can get 3 people in each one. That's what you're going to be shipped out of there in. Excuse me. So why are you playing such a dangerous game? This is not going to set America free. What you're doing is going to create a civil war. And that will lead to tribalism in America, to where we're all just... It's estimated that there'll be about 11 different tribes across the country. 11 different people that can get along with each other. That's what it'll result in. Actually, that's what I like. But the thing is, I don't get to call that shot. The president has already called his shot. He ain't no president. He stole that damn election. But anyway, he has decreed that he will suppress everything that stands in his way. Matter of fact, you're not even election change time. If he doesn't get reelected, you're going to see the bloodiest mess in the Oval Office you ever saw. He's going to demand that the Secret Service defend him from I call it the Capitol Guard. The Capitol Guard there's a Marine base very close to Quantico. I mean, right there, that area, Alexander and Quantico and all that. There's a Marine base there that will send troops in, probably led by a Marine colonel, not a general, but a colonel, high up enough to have some authority. And he will take a team in there, and he will have to extract that asshole out of it from behind his desk. And if the Secret Service listens to Donald Trump, they will fight to the last man, and the Marines will have to kill them all just to arrest Donald Trump. Now, they're not telling you this, but nobody wants to see that happen. That will be a real American tragedy for U.S. Marines to have to attack the Oval Office. Donald knows that. He knows how embarrassing that would be for America and seen in the light of the whole world. Come on. So, who you gonna back? Do you not realize that there's an oligarchy that runs all of it? Matter of fact, I've seen where the oligarchy, that's the one percenters, the extra rich people that are so rich that money's just like water. They don't care. They just want more power. These guys control both parties, the Democrats and the Republicans. They buy candidates like 2-cent candy. They contribute personal money, cash to them. They contribute campaign funds to them. They buy these politicians, and you can't stop it. There ain't a damn thing you can do about it. You're being played like a fiddle. You think you're going to straighten something out? Hell no, you're not. You're not going to straighten out shit. I can't either. I wish I could, but you're not either. You're not. I mean, what are you really going to do? Money talks and bullshit walks, and guess what? They're loaded with money, and everybody listens to what they want. They get what they want. People they don't really like, they can buy hitmen to go kill them. Hell, if they wanted to get rid of the Proud Boys, that'd probably cost them $1 million. But they'd go in and have every one of you whacked professionally. They can do that. You don't think the oligarchy's got money? Now let me ask you this. Have you ever thought about this? Who do you think gives missions to the special ops boys? The U.S. government? Are you that dumb? You really believe that? No. I think they covered it in that movie Shooter. I think Shooter was the movie, where these congressmen decide they don't like somebody and things aren't going their way. They hire special ops people off duty, on leave, to go around and do little odd jobs for them. I was in the Green Beret, and I've heard all of them talk. I know what goes on. You need to really do your research and find out what's going on in this world. You're being used. Do you like being used? I don't. I want to know what's going on so I can make up my own damn mind. You want to be played like a fiddle? I don't. So don't. So what's the cure? Well, the first thing's to get out of that damn stupid group you're in. And the second thing is figure out what's really going on in this world. Because there's a lot going on, and you're going to be caught in the middle of it, and you're going to wish you hadn't. All right? So then what's the options? The options are, well, let's see. You could do what they call, well, the Alaskan state troopers call them dead enders. They're out of options. They ain't got no family, nobody loves them. They just don't know what the hell to do with themselves anymore. They go to Alaska, and if they don't get killed by some bear while they're out exploring, trying to find them, make them a homestead somewhere, then they get in trouble, run out of money, don't know what to do, and start shooting the place up, and the highway patrol has to go in and kill them. Now, or arrest them if that's possible. Now, the other option is, well, you can become divergent. Like the movie. Watch the movie. It's called Divergence. Or Divergent. The first movie. Now, I know they tried to make a little series out of it too, and that went nuts. And I don't know if they made a sequel of it or not. They might have. But I tell you this. The Hunger Games is similar to it. And that is probably the most predictive, even beyond Running Man. If you saw that movie, Hunger Games is where we're headed. They're gonna make a sport out of letting us put each other's lights out. So, are you going to play that game? You're running out of games to play. Because the other thing is blood sports. Whereas, just like Rome had in the Colosseums. You want to see that? Well, if we have anarchy, and a properly controlled anarchy is not so bad. And that goes with the divergent deal. Here's the problem. Most people have never lived under anarchy, and they don't know how to use it. You don't just do every and anything you want to do. America says we are a nation of laws. Anarchy says we're a nation of principles. Forget the laws. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. That's a better way to live. Just don't go start nothing with anybody. I mean, not hurtful, just don't go do it. And we can't help but have peace, happiness, and joy. That's all. It ain't that complicated. But making your mind receive that and want to do that and comply with that, yeah, you have to brainwash yourself or reverse brainwash yourself. You have to go back to thinking like you did when you were like 5, 6, 7 years old. How innocent you were back before you got all buckled down in the cares of this world and how they tried to make you fit in. You knew better then. I knew better then. I've had to set myself free of it, and I am. No religion, no government for me. Don't need it. I don't need it. And I don't make enough money to pay taxes anyway. I don't. I'm on Social Security. I can't afford taxes. Well, if they took tax out of me, I would just not have nothing. So, I don't know what you're expecting. All right, I'm using the Proud Boys for an example. I don't know what you're expecting. But just to go back to a white man rule, Oh, come on. That's not... Well, with the white population not increasing very much at all, it's already projected that the browns and blacks will outnumber whites quite a distance after 2050. I mean, those are statistics that, well, Hitler tried to murder out the Jews. And you can't do it. I'm not saying that they can't try, but they couldn't. They didn't. Listen, I want to tell you something about that sort of thing. Oops. The regimes of Stalin killed off many more millions of people than Hitler ever thought about. The pogroms, they call them pogroms, not programs, pogroms of the 1920s and the 1930s saw millions of Jews butchered under Stalin's regime. Millions more than Hitler ever thought about killing. And neither Stalin nor Hitler were able to wipe out everybody they wanted to wipe out. It just wasn't possible. Okay, let me ask you this. You ever been to a barbecue where they're grilling the pig and you see how many flies hang around that grill? And then once the meat starts stacking up, oh boy, they want to go after that meat. Especially the plates that have been sitting out a while and the meat's piling up on them, but nobody's eating them yet. Oh, them flies. Oh. And if you want to swat those flies and you come down on them with a fly swatter, you know what happens? They scatter. You can't kill them all. And that's the way life is. You're not going to kill them all. Forget it. Go take up skateboarding or something. Something you can have fun with. You're deluding yourself, thinking you're going to kill all the gays, all the brown people, all the black people, all the homeless. Yeah, I know, y'all don't like the homeless either. Neither do shop owners downtown in every little town and community and the big cities. They don't like the homeless. You just want to kill all these people off. Well, so do the oligarchy. You know who the oligarchy is? That's that 1% rich that are so rich. They just don't care about you or what you want. They don't care if they ever please you. You're a nuisance to them. Did you know that? You're in their way at the damn airport. Why do you think they got their own private jets over here off to the side so they don't have to... So, who is this little bastard that I'm having to stand in a security line with? Are you kidding? I'm too important for this shit. That's the way they think. And they're not going to stand in line with you to be checked by security. No, they're going to go over to their own private little airport, get in their own little jet, take off, and leave you sitting in the airport high and dry, waiting on your flight. They don't want nothing to do with you. They don't want to see you at the opera. You're in their way at the opera. You don't look good. You don't look pretty. You ain't got a $2,000 tuxedo that you wore to the opera. They do. You're a nuisance to them. Get out of their way. So you see, there's other people out there that hate you just like you don't like the Jews, the LGBTQ, and the browns and the blacks. See, it's all, you're playing their game. Don't play their game. Get out of that. It's a hate game. And eventually they're going to turn it into Hunger Games. And then people will be choosing up which, just like with your local football, you're going to have to choose which district you're going to pull for. Ah, won't that be fun? Bucks County, Pennsylvania has to compete against downtown Philadelphia to see who's going to get food for that month. Oh, really? I bet downtown Philadelphia wins because they got survivors. I know. I used to live near Philadelphia, a little town called Horsham. It's out there on the number 9 railway going into Philadelphia. Used to take that train to the VA to get my VA checkups. So, am I making sense to you? Now, I know some of my videos has just kind of picked on you, but you need to think this thing out. You better decide pretty soon, or Trump is, with his emergency powers, he's going to continue them. He's not going to shut this down. And he's going to declare martial law. He's going to start rounding up these groups after he's finished practicing with the children. He's just using them for good practice measures right now to see how the most efficient way to do it. You know, that sort of thing. So, but when he's finished with that, he's going to start rounding up groups. He may round up some Democrats, but he's going to round you up too, because he doesn't need any trouble. We don't want wave makers in trouble. You don't want trouble in wave makers. Nope. So, you need to think some things over, don't you? Well, it's 32 minutes into this, and I try to stick to 30 minutes. But you think about this. I don't hate you. I just hope that you get your eyes opened. Now, I know you think, you say, well, we won't have no government left if we give everything, everybody gets all the medical care they want and all the social programs that you liberals, Democrats want. We're just going to go busted as a country. Well, let me tell you something. If you didn't catch this, before I get off here, America went bankrupt in 1933. Yeah, we have been bankrupt since 1933. And we're still living. Year to year, we're getting by. But that was never corrected. America is still bankrupt. Bankrupt. You'll have to deal with that one. If you don't believe me, go research it. It's out there. We're already bankrupt. So I don't know. They're just printing money. It's monopoly money. Play money. And they're printing it. And they've been doing that actually since 1933. Well, how much longer can they go on with it? I don't know. I'm not all knowing. But I'm telling you they're doing it. And I'm telling you, you need to pay attention to this and do your own research if you don't believe me. And I hope you do your own research, because I've done all this research a long time ago. I know what's going on. And I can tell by the way some of you are acting that you don't. You don't know what's going on. You need to stop. Just stop and start researching and find out. Stop listening to your local Klan or Nazi leaders. Stop that shit. Do it yourself. Figure it out. you'll find out that not only is it as bad as I'm saying, it's worse. I hadn't even scratched the surface of how bad it is. I could, but you're not ready for that yet. You need to call a timeout, go do your research, and then listen to some more of my videos, because I've got several, and I'm going to do a lot more. And I'm trying to remain pleasant with it. I don't want to call names. I don't want to aggravate you, hurt your feelings. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to wake people up. I don't have any degrees, but I got lots of research. And you can take advantage of it. You can't twist it because I got it on original tape. But you can learn from what I've posted. All right, that's enough. Night night, bye bye, whatever. I don't know when you're watching this, but that's enough for right now. 30 minutes is enough. No, it's 36 minutes. Oh, pardon me. Bye bye. Talk to you later.